£100 for catcalling as part of an undercover Met Police operation, partnered with Redbridge Council. Redbridge said they are very glad to be the first borough to use the Public Space Protection Order. I bet they are. Of course, as a woman, I was no stranger to catcalling. Well, I used to be when I was younger. And there are definitely circumstances where it crosses the line. Where strangers on the street harass you, it's not only unpleasant, but it's undeniably scary. And that's why we have laws in place like the Public Harassment Act of 1997. Maybe the rise of sexual assault has more to do with unvetted coppers and a clash of cultures which view women as objects instead of people. Maybe it's the police who really need policing. But does the average guy in the age of eroding masculinity need to feel even worse about their manhood? Do we want to live in a world where we have to sign a consent form before we make love?
I just enter your ID and the central computer will tell me about your background.
I don't want a bank loan. I just want to take you out.
I know, but I'd feel better running a check. 2 IDs, please.
You're serious?
Well, I wouldn't think that someone would try to put a law into place. You know, some people say catcalling situation. Sometimes, you see someone beautiful or attractive and, you walk up to them and you tell them that they're very beautiful and stuff like that. And I say that's always that. I think that's part of mating, It's, if you're out there, you're single and say, hey, listen, you're a beautiful woman and stuff like that. Or someone whistle, situations where, you want to meet somebody. And, you always say, well, you go to the construction site. The guys are always yelling at the girls on there. But let me tell you something. That's a compliment. People say, well, that's sexist into that situation. Well, in the United Kingdom, you can't, or they call catcall or whistle to someone beautiful out there, because now they can fine you. Yes, that's right, guys. If you plan to go to the United Kingdom and you see someone very attractive, don't catcall, because you could end up find some money out of your pocket. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Once again, we're trying to get to 700 by the end of February. Thank you for those who have tuned in. We do really appreciate it there, as YouTube is making it harder and harder by changing the rules without even telling content creators. And they're pushing for the content for corporate and not the content creators. They don't have respect for the independent content creators. That's why we're on also Odyssey, BitChute, and Rumble. So do check us out there as well, because probably eventually we won't be here any longer, because YouTube will probably eventually kick us off. So, in the United Kingdom, man who catcalled woman is the first in the UK to get a £100 fine for sexual harassment, which is about like $120 US. We'll read into this from the Daily Mail. And this happened back in December. A man who catcalled a woman on a London street has become one of the first in the UK to be slapped with a £100 fine for sexual harassment after he was caught in an undercover police operation. Do you believe this? That they're doing undercover police operations to find guys who are, trying to talk to women. The offender, who was not named, was issued a fixed penalty notice for harassing a woman in the Ilford Town Centre. This was Friday around Christmas time on there. The fee was handled to the offender using the council's Public Space Protection Order, or PSPO. The PSPO was created initially to empower council enforcement officers to fine people soliciting sex in that area. That don't sound like he's soliciting sex. However, the PSPO can be also used to help tackle a slew of issues, including public spaces can be enjoyed free from antisocial behavior. Working with the Met Police as part of a special covert operation, council enforcement officers witnessed a woman being harassed last week. Officers detained the man responsible, and he was ordered to pay a £100 fine within 28 days or go to court and face prison sentence. As part of the operation, police also arrested a male for domestic violence related in the assault and possessing a weapon. Council have used PSPOs to target variety issues, including rough sleeping, ordering dogs to be kept on leads, and drinking in public spaces. However, Redbridge is the first local authority to use the PSPO to take action against catcalling and harassment. Redbridge Council leader Jazz Athwal says, we're supporting the covert police operations in boroughs to ensure perpetrators are brought to justice. Wow, really? This fine is a strong start and will serve as a statement of intent. It will not tolerate harassment of women and girls and will target those men who do not heed this warning. We are reclaiming our streets for our local communities and ending the culture of misogyny that starts with the harassment and escalates in violence. You know, this is stupidity. I mean, what is the cops are going to start going undercover into bars? Guys trying to pick up, dates, women, to find somebody. They're making it harder and harder for you to talk to women and vice versa. This is why we're in situations where we are around the world, where you see guys, you hear these stories, and this is the truth. You're hearing these stories where less and less men are out there dating women and going out and getting sex dolls or marrying sex dolls in this situation. Situations like this are creating mental issues. There is what they call, the dating ritual, or the, looking for a mate ritual. Now, understand, I know there are some guys who take it way over the limit. Yeah, they are assholes for doing that. And we've seen this many times on videos and stuff like that. But there are those who sit there and they'll say, hey, listen, you're a beautiful woman. Are you single? I would love to take you out for dinner and drinks and this. And this is something that's been for many, 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 many decades that we've been doing this as human race. Stuff like this, when you hear laws like this, that they're trying to stop sexual assault and stuff like that, you're not stopping sexual assault. See, you're not targeting sexual assault. You're just targeting what people are doing in their lives. This is the same country that basically has thought police out there, where a woman's standing on a corner near an abortion clinic praying, and the police go over and arrest her for just standing there, not talking to anyone, just sitting there. Just standing there and praying in her own mind. No harm to anybody, but they still arrested her. Think about that for a minute, put that in perspective, and think about what happened to this particular gentleman to that situation. Was he just whistling to the woman, go, great looking woman there? Or basically, miss, can I say that you are a very beautiful woman?
How are you today? So beautiful. Have a good day. How are you this morning? Have a nice evening. Nice evening, darling.
On there. Or, the typical, hey, baby, you got a nice rump in it, Could be possibility they said that. Or it could be the other half of that, which is basically not really offensive. Who deems it? Who deems what is offensive? And that's the problem. Who deems things offensive? This is why we have the Miller's test here in the United States, on obscenity. What is deemed obscene? They say, well, we don't have an actual definition. No, but we have the Miller's test to handle that. And the thing about it is, if you remove that, then you start to say, well, this is obscene, this person should be arrested, this person should be fined, this person should go to jail. You know, this is the stupidity that a lot of these governments have been going through in the last couple of years, and it has to stop. You know, this is why I tell you, know your politicians, know who you're voting for. They work for you. You are the boss. They work for you. You send them to Congress, to Senate, to mayoral, presidential, because you believe in what they're saying is going to help you. But if they don't do that right, they should be fired. Just like if you do something wrong in a job, they fire you. And the thing about it is that we should have a bigger right to fire some of these people and change these rules up. Because I guarantee you, a lot of these rules weren't made by the people or voted in by the people. This was voted by politicians or that just signed on the dotted line without letting you, the voter, knowing what is in that page. You know that Pelosi saying, you have to pass it in order to know what's in it. Stupidity in itself. So tell me in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that basically there should be a law that shouldn't allow you to talk to women that you don't know? Because that's what it is, really. Catcall. I hate when they call it catcalling on there. Guy can whistle. You go into let's put it this way: you go into a museum, you see something beautiful, it says, "Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful work of art." But yeah, you go out and you see a beautiful woman and say, "Listen, miss, you're very beautiful. You're attractive. You have all the parts in all the right places." What's wrong with that? I myself have done that many times, and I've gotten some, FUs, and I've gotten some thank yous. When you hear a woman that's going online and says, "I can't find a man," remember this article. Remember this article, and basically remember what the United Kingdom has done to put into law. You're separating people. They say, well, it's sexist. By whose standards? By whose standards? Remember that. So comment below, and like I said, tell me your thoughts to the whole situation. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Hello, Beverly.
Yeah?
Hi. This is Jerry Stone. We met the other night at Dave's party.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Listen, I know it's last minute, but I want to ask, are you free tonight?
Yeah.
You are? Great. Listen, I can pick you up in 10 minutes.
Sure, okay. Oh, Jerry,
Yeah?
could you bring a major credit card and a valid driver's license?